So, welcome everyone to this winter solstice and Sagittarius new moon call for 2025. Just really want to welcome all of those who have been on the call with me and are here now, and those who will hear it later. This is a moment of great transitioning for all of us individually and for the collective. And so we are all in the process of this great alchemical transformation that we just talked about on the call. The chatting before the call was that this moment of the supreme alchemy, just like the day is shifting on the solstice from the darkest night of the year to the return of the sun. This is what's happening for each of us, right? In this process of the year of 2025, we have undergone so many initiations and so many opportunities for the unreal self to arise and come to the surface so that we can actually hold more light. So we've all been doing so many months, days, moments of alchemizing. You know, the darkness rising to the surface, what we perceive as darkness, which is just, it's not about the darkness, it's just about the wounds, what hasn't been healed from our inner children. So we're working on this major process to free our inner children, right? From that which is not unreal that which is unreal that we've been carrying not only for ourselves and over from past lifetimes, but for our ancestors. And really healing the ancestral wounds as we heal ourselves. So it's a big project that we've been on. And in this year of 2025, the 9 year of completions, our soul just wants us to be free, right? So whatever it is that we still are hanging on to that is not aligned with who we truly are in all of our greatness, it's just coming to the surface to be skimmed off so that we can have more room for what we truly are, and that is that frequency of our own divinity, our own I am presence, that is truly all vibration of light and love. So let's just take a breath on that and just acknowledge that it's true. I love to start with putting one hand on the heart, the other hand on the belly, and just telling your inner child, I am here with you and I'm not going anywhere. I am here with you and I'm not going anywhere. I am here with you and I'm not going anywhere. And this truly is my daily practice. My intention is to remember to do that before I get out of bed, but I don't always remember to do it before I get out of bed. But your inner child just wants to know that she's held and to have that unconditional love, right? No matter what's coming up in her world, she's just held, she's loved, she's honored, she's seen. Let's just put our arms around ourselves. The second part of that is you are lovable. You're saying this to your inner child. You are lovable and I love you. I'm here with you and I'm holding you. And that third part is crossing over the hands to the shoulders. I see you. You're amazing. You're so giving, you're so kind, you're so loving. I see how you serve other people, and I see that the gifts that you bring, and you are worthy. And just receive that as the truth. Whatever your truth is of the gifts that you bring to the world, you tell your inner child, you look into her eyes and say, "You're amazing, and I'm here with you." Yeah. So let's just go right into the invocation. I call forth now 144 Hathor guardians and 88 Hathor gatekeepers. Take your places. Beloved Alpha and Omega, Helios and Vesta, God and Goddess Meru, come. Lord Maitreya, come. Gautama Buddha, come. 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Place your presence here with us. Beloved Isis and Osiris, Yeshua, Magdalene, Kuan Yin and Avalokiteshvara, Cosmic Mother Mary, Queen of Heaven, Archangel Raphael, come. Archangel Metatron, come, and Lord Melchizedek, Queen of Light, Goddess of Light, Goddess of Purity, come. Saint Germain and Portia, Pallas Athena, Lady Liberty, the Great Karmic Board, the Great Divine Director, Varoshana, and the all-seeing eye of God, Cyclopea, come. Sanat Kumara and Lady Master Venus, Serapis Bey, El Moria, Katumi, and Dwa Kul, Lord Lanto and Confucius, Nada, Hilarion, and Paul the Venetian, Sananda Sanada, the Ashtar Command, our own twin flames and soulmate families, our star ancestors, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Lyrians, the Andromedans, and the 12 star systems holding space with planet Earth for her ascension and our own. We call in the full magnitude of 3-Eye Atlas. The Galactic Federation gathered there on that spaceship, bringing to Earth higher consciousness, raising the frequency of all sentient beings on planet Earth, creating alchemy of the highest magnitude for each of us, activating our cosmic DNA, and truly our remembering of who we are as cosmic beings here on planet Earth in this body. So we welcome them in. We welcome their intercession for planet Earth. We welcome their divine alchemy for raising our own personal consciousness and the consciousness of all beings here on Earth. And we give such great gratitude for the Chohans of the Rays that we now call in. Serapis Bey, Elamoria, Katumi, Dwa Kul, Lord Lanto and Confucius, Nada, Hilarion, Paul the Venetian, Sananda Sanada, the Ashtar Command, your own twin flame and soulmate families. all of those who join with us, called in multiple times, not because they can't hear us or not because they didn't come, but as we call them in again, we go even deeper into that knowing, that feeling of their presence, and the knowing that we are never alone. In the midst of our darkest hours, the Ascended Masters, the Angelic Kingdom, and all the dimensional frequencies connected to planet Earth are here with us, listening, holding space for whatever it is that we're going through at the moment. So we call in the crystalline beings, the dolphins, the whales, the unicorns, the dragons, the mer people, the winged ones, the two-legged ones, the four-legged ones, the creepy crawly ones, those Lemurians on the inner earth, and those holding space in all of the corners of cosmos for each of us. We call in specifically now the 144 aspects of our own I am presence in all 12 aspects in 12 dimensions. Feeling their presence. As we call in now all of the planets of our solar system in their specific frequencies and positions in the cosmos at the time of this Sagittarius new moon of yesterday and the solstice today. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you for opening our consciousness to the reality that we are not separate from any being that we have called in here, and they are not separate from us. That we are not separate from those who are homeless in the streets, those who are hungry, and that we are not even separate from those who have millions and millions of dollars or euros or pounds in their accounts. Truly, the suffering of one is our suffering, and the victory of the other is also our victory. And this is what we are moving into now, as we embrace Saint Germain's great golden age and the law of the one, that there is truly no separation. And so we come into that point of gratitude here on this day of the solstice, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere of 2025, that truly our own awareness, our own consciousness is expanding exponentially each and every day. And that understanding that as we grow and we evolve and we heal ourselves, we heal not only our past lives and that which we've carried over from the past lives, our ancestors, all the way back to the beginning and all the way future, and the collective as well. So this big alchemy that we are doing, this transmutation of the darkness into light, the transmutation of that which is the lower energy into the higher energy, we are the divine alchemists in every moment of our life. And this is truth. So we come into that understanding that every thought that we have, every action that we take, every frequency that we emit. It all counts. It's all happening. It's all put into the alchemical fire of transmutation. So giving gratitude and thanks to those who are on the call, really anchoring this light and this teaching into the heart of Mother Earth. And as you receive it, you are also the transmitters of it. So this is it. In every moment, we are transmitting and receiving. And as we become more mindful of what it is that we are receiving and transmitting, we gain more and more mastery as we become more and more conscious of how we want to direct the energy within, and more conscious of what energy we are letting come into us, right? So, just going to turn off my camera for one moment while I get a jacket and be right back. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's just see what's here for us. I just saw the date and I just want to honor my own daddy, that this was his birthday too. He was born on the solstice, the return of the light, right? So on the day of the Sagittarius new moon, both the sun and the moon were at 28 degrees, 24 minutes of Sagittarius. And Uranus was also at 28 degrees of Taurus. So this gives us a 28, 28, 28 portal, which is significant because the last three new moons also occurred at 28, 28, 28 portals, right? And 28 degrees of their sign. So this is really telling us, 28 reduces to a 10, and 10 is the number of mega new beginnings, the one of being the sovereign being and the 0 of infinite potentials. And 2026 is going to be a number 10 year numerologically. So all of this is just saying, you are in a cycle of brand new beginnings. And that which is to come, the best really is yet to come. But we have to open up to receiving it, right? Because, so many times we ask for things, and then when it's brought to us, it was like, no, I can't have that, or no, it's too expensive, or no, it's whatever it is. No, I can't take your money. So we ask for it, but then we don't receive it when it's given. So we have to open to it, right? So at this point, I'm going to give you opening to the infinite within, because all of us are on the soul level our souls are asking us to step into something bigger, to be willing to shine our light more brighter, to give our gifts in a new way that's expanded and really in alignment with who we really are. But we have to actually open and be willing to open to the infinite within ourselves in order to make that expansion. So here's the blend. Opening to the infinite within. Receive it now. And take the breath. I just want to ask you in this moment, what gifts, what graces, what talents have you not been willing to open to and to see yourself as embodying until this very moment? And take the breath. And another important 28 degrees was that the solar eclipse in Virgo on September 21st was also at Virgo 28 degrees. And the new moon in Virgo was 29 degrees. So these 28 and 29 degrees are the most potent degrees of every sign. So here's another verification that what is happening now through the astrology, through the numerology, through these lunations is very important. It's very pivotal. Like we are in the midst of huge alchemy. Let's just say that. So this moon, the Sagittarius new moon, is a moon of optimism, warmth, joy, positivity, faith. You know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter expands everything it touches. Sagittarius is very social, it's very outgoing, it likes travel, it likes to explore new things, wisdom, knowledge, adventure, freedom. It's very idealistic. It's fun living. So this is what this beautiful Sagittarius new moon has brought to us is the joy of living, right? So I'm going to give you that blend. It's love, joy, ascending. And I love this blend. In it is also cinnamon, which is also about abundance and bringing in the golden age. So love, joy, ascending. Receive it now. And bring it in. And what if you could have more joy in your life? What if you could have more bliss in your life? What if you could have more love in your life? What if you could say yes to all of it? Thank you, bring me more, right? Bring me more love, bring me more joy, bring me more intensification of the ascending currents rising. I am ready. And with this new moon, the sun and the moon face the galactic center at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. And this is important because this is where the birth of our galaxy occurred. So this also is saying this moment, this time, right now, we are birthing ourselves anew as we align with the galactic center. And it's interesting, on the 29th, the three-eye atlas was closest to Earth on that day. And it's becoming, through metaphysical circles, the understanding that it's really not a comet, but a very large spaceship that carries members of the Galactic Federation from many different universes and many different star systems, that they are here to activate planet Earth for her ascension and all of us. So we are all getting activated on a cosmic DNA level to embody more of the true reality of who we really are, and to really activate a cosmic rebirth, because we are cosmic beings. Those of us who are on this call and those who will ever see it, we are starseed. We are cosmic beings. And yeah, we've been playing really small because we just thought we were humans, right? But now that understanding is being revealed to us. So I'm going to give you Sophia Rising Cosmic Rebirth. Sophia Rising Cosmic Rebirth. Receive it and breathe it in. Just let it land. Sophia, the Christus, the feminine Christ, rising now. Christ consciousness rising now within each of us and on the planet. Even in the midst of the darkness, the confusion, the chaos that's happening out there, somehow we know and we understand that a cosmic rebirth is happening in each of us and on the planet. That truth will prevail, that the meek do inherit the earth. We don't know how, but my prayer every day is, okay, empower the good guys, whoever they are, that are working on this project in the physical, and we welcome in the cosmic intercession of the other divine sacred intelligences who are here to help us through this time. So at this time, there are 4 planets in Sagittarius, the Sun and the Moon, conjunct Venus, which is the planet of beauty and love, and Mercury, the planet of communication, is also in Sagittarius at 10 degrees. So again, we have that 10-degree number of the infinite possibilities of the sovereign being when we claim our own sovereignty and we claim that there are infinite possibilities. So there's 6 planets in mutable signs, and mutable signs are the changeable signs. So another signal that there's lots of change going on, and that change doesn't have to be hard at this time, that the universe and the planets are really supporting us to make changes with grace and ease. So there are 4 planets in Sagittarius and 2 planets in Pisces. Pisces is the spiritual sign. So Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces. So I'm going to give you that blend, new earth rising, shifting frequencies, because yeah, you know, all the darkness coming to the top to be skimmed off and transmuted into light. We are shifting the frequencies on planet Earth moment by moment as we do the work personally and as we do it for and on behalf of our ancestors and of the collective. So here we are, new earth rising, shifting frequencies. And breathe it in and hold it. And when you're ready, just release it. And in this new moon, the sun and the moon and Venus were all square to Saturn and Neptune, causing that friction. So you know how it is when you're sort of getting contracted and you feel the pressure from without, or you feel the pressure from your soul. You feel like, okay, now it's time to do something different. Now I have to do this that I've been resisting for so long. Now I have to let go of whatever it is that I haven't been willing to surrender into the light, or to surrender and to let go of. Yeah, so all of that, there's 8 squares altogether out of this Sun, Moon, Venus square to Saturn and Neptune. So it's causing this friction within us. It's like causing this pressure. And you know how they say within alchemy that it takes light and pressure to transform the coal into the diamond. So whatever we've each been going through, like particularly this last year in the completion cycle, that pressure, that heat, that contraction of the events that were happening were all for the good, because they were absolutely transforming you from the coal to the diamond, right? This is the alchemy. This is the refiner's fire that is within us. That, our soul doesn't mind discomfort along the way. It only wants you to be free. So remember that the soul doesn't mind discomfort or pain along the way. It only wants you to be free. So in this Saturn at 29 degrees Pisces square to the sun and the moon at 28 degrees, and Venus at 28 degrees, and these numbers 28 and 29 are really bringing us epic revelations and profound release. So as we were speaking about before we came into the call, these moments, these times of the new revelations, the new understandings that are taking place about who you are, about how your relationships are functioning, about how your life has been. Huge alchemical process we've been going through. So honor yourself for having been willing to go through the dark night of the soul, or whatever it was that you would name the process that you were going through, of intensity, of sorting it all out, right? So Saturn is really forcing us to let go of outdated beliefs, outdated relationships, outdated ways of being, all the ways that we have been resisting coming into that full alignment with our own I am presence and who we really are, and showing up in the ways that we have actually contracted in our soul contracts to show up on planet Earth. It's asking us to let go of our fears, our fear of being seen, our fear of being powerful, our fear of being heard. Yeah. So I'm going to give you letting go with grace and ease, so that letting go of all of those fears that have really kept us remaining small. Receive it now. I'm taking the breath, releasing it. And also it's about letting go of the hurts, letting go of the pain, letting go of the drama, letting go of the resentments. It's like all the guilt, the shame, all of that are lower frequency vibrations that, they don't really belong to us. They were never really a part of who we really are. They were just experiences that we had along the way. So can you make an agreement with your inner child that whatever happened to you along the way, whatever you still might be carrying as guilt, shame, resentments, lack of forgiveness, that it happened to you once, but you made it happen 1,000 times by replaying it. And now you don't need it anymore, because actually you've gone way beyond that in your own soul evolution. So I'm going to give you the blend, giving it up to spirit. And this is about, it's not saying that what happened was okay, but just that you are ready to release it into the refiner's fire of the violet flame's sacred alchemy to transmute it so you can be free. And whoever else was involved can be free as well. So I'm giving it up to spirit. Receive it now. Take the breath and just do a little perusal, what are you still holding on to in this moment that you could put into that sacred fire of the violet flame on your heart, your sacred heart altar? That is the righteous surrender and the righteous offering into the flame at this moment. What can you give up? What are you willing to release? What are you holding against yourself or others that it's time to neutralize? Because you know what? We really don't need it anymore. So Jupiter trine Neptune and Saturn in Pisces is really bringing us the expansion of joy from Jupiter, from Neptune, the spiritual higher mind, and Saturn, the foundations, right? So it's bringing us that trine of joy, of higher consciousness, and of discipline to just really anchor it into our spiritual evolution at this time and bring in optimism to really know that, yes, these days are intense for some of us, and yes, we are at the end of the year, and yes, we're about to begin a whole new cycle, which is going to be really, really big when Neptune and Saturn meet in February. So this is what we're preparing for, really a whole new frequency and vibration that we've never experienced before in our lifetimes on this planet. And Sagittarius is really wanting us to come into joy, to laughter, to gratitude, to having more fun, to letting it be easier. Doesn't that sound great? Oh my God, I'm so ready for it to be easier and to have more fun. Joyous fulfillment, living, laughing, and loving. Here is the blend. So receive it now. Joyous fulfillment, living, laughing, and loving. Breathe it in and hold it. What is your inner child wanting you to do to have more fun? Bring more joy into your life? Does it want to dance? Does it want to sing? Does it want to make mud pies? Does it want to paint? What is it? Go swinging, What is your inner child and your soul calling you to do to have more fun in your life? Yeah. So let's just do the yes, yes, yes to more fun, more laughter, and more joyous fulfillment. Yes, 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 yes. And just let those multicolored fairy dust come down over you, blessing your inner child. The child just loves to have fun. It really just loves to play. It loves to giggle. It loves to be silly, right? Jesus said you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless you become as the inner child, as a little child. And our inner child just wants to laugh, to have joy, to play, to have fun. Yes. So can you give yourself permission to have more fun, to have more laughter, to have more love, and to give it and to receive it? So Sagittarius invites us to dream big and to hold our vision for the future, to travel beyond the comfort zone and the familiar, to shine your light, and just to step into a greater measure of your own full power. So Sagittarius doesn't like to get bored. It likes to keep moving. So what is boring in your life that no longer lights you up? What no longer is filling your cup? And what calls to you and excites you with possibility? What's out there to be explored, to be the adventure? What is the unknown that's calling you forward? And what is the bigger vision and dream that you have for yourself? Because, and asking that question, who are you really? At the level of your I am presence, who are you really, and what do you bring to the table to offer as this feast of light on planet Earth? Who are you now? And who are you becoming as you are willing to step more and more into the infinite being that you are and to embody that here on planet Earth? What is the bigger vision and dream that you have for yourself? So this is what Sagittarius was asking, this new moon was asking us. Who are you now? Who are you becoming? And on this day of the solstice, the sun enters 00 degrees of Capricorn. And this is a very different frequency from Sagittarius. You know, it's like, okay, it's time to grow up. It's time to be serious. It's time to be disciplined. It's time to bring all of those dreams into physicality by taking action on the earth, right? I'm going to give you infinite possibilities because we know that there are infinite possibilities available to us at any one time. They do have different timelines, so they do have expiration dates. But let's celebrate now the sun entering into 00 degrees of Capricorn, where anything and everything is possible on that 00 degrees number. So here we go. Infinite possibilities. Receive it now. Take the breath. What infinite possibilities are calling to you right now? What is your soul asking you to step into? To be more visible, to be more fulfilled as you give your gifts more and more through being willing to step up higher. Yeah. Because Capricorn is about a focused attention on our goals and what we really want to bring into manifestation. So let's hold that image for a minute now of the mountain goat of Capricorn standing on the highest precipice of the mountain. Not wobbly, but fully sure of himself. Showing up in the biggest way possible. Yeah. And giving yourself permission to take the next steps that you're being called to take in order to do that. And now we find ourselves on that moment of solstice, the darkest night of the year, last night. And in Europe, where all of you are who are on the call with me presently, you know, you have more of a connection to the ancient way of relating to the transitioning of the cycles, of the solstices, of the equinoxes, and of the midpoints in between. Of Marion, who said she was going to go out and be at the fire tonight, so she couldn't be on the call. And really taking that moment of how the ancestors really used to celebrate this time, which was in being in the darkness, which was being in front of the fire, whether it was inside or outside, the long nights, going to bed early with the sun, and that corresponding moment of going inside of what we were just speaking about, of looking inside at what is real and what's unreal. What are we carrying that we want to let go of? What do we want to dream into, bringing into our lives as the days get longer and the sun returns again, the light returns again, you know? And in our modern culture, with the electricity, with all of our electrical devices, our phones, our Facebook, our everything that keeps us distracted from ourselves, we don't take that moment to go into the darkness, to hold that space for the integration of that which just took place over the last year, for the integration of the lessons that we have been given and that we've been learning this last year through our spiritual initiations and our life. It's really, really important to go into that moment of rest, to those hours of contemplation of, okay, what did I just do during this last cycle of this year? What happened in January? What happened in February? What happened in each of the months as the cycles of the moon and the sun went around all of the 12 signs of the zodiac? What were the spiritual initiations that I received in each of those months? And how do I integrate those experiences fully? Empty the old wineskins and get new ones, so that the new wine and the new experiences of 2026 has some place to land within us. So I want to read you, you know, the night is connected to the divine feminine, the moon is connected to the mother, to Isis. And in the celebrations of old, they were honoring the mother at this time of the darkness of the solstice. So I'm going to read you what Belle sent on to me this morning. Today is Mudranit, the mother's night. This would have been last night. Yes, in the Old Norse and Germanic transitions, the night before Yule, the longest, darkest night, belonged to the mothers. The Disir, the Norns, the feminine divine ancestors who weave fate and tend souls on Mother's Night. You don't sleep, you wait. You sit in the dark, you tend the fire, you honor the threshold. Because Mother's Night is the birth canal through which the sun must pass to be born again. And birth requires witness. Birth requires a vigil, the holding of the space. And this is what we've lost in our modern society. The art of sacred waiting. We want transformation instantly. We want rebirth without labor. We want the light to return without having to sit through the dark. But the Mother's Night says, you must wait with me. because the darkest night is a gestation. Everything you've been becoming, all through autumn's descent, all through winter's stripping down, it's forming in this final darkness. And you can't rush it. You can only sit with it. Keep the vigil, tend the flame. Trust the mothers to do their perfect work. So what are you gestating, beloved? What's forming in your longest night? What will be born when the light returns? A new version of yourself? A truth that you've been afraid to speak? A life that you've been too sacred to claim? Let me say that again. A life that you've been too scared to claim. Let's say a sacred life that you've been too scared to claim. The mothers are weaving it in the dark, but they need you to wait with them, with intention, with presence, with the fierce attention of a woman who knows something is being born and refuses to look away. So keep your vigil, witch. Sit in these dark final nights. The mothers are working, and what they are birthing is you. And this came through Lauren Jinsel Oliver. And today, as the sun enters at 00 degrees Capricorn with the solstice, it's important to spend time by yourself, even in the darkness, to ponder, to ask your soul, what is it that is in alignment for me to birth, to give birth to, as I am becoming the next evolution of my own soul's presence on planet Earth. The energy of Saturn Saturn as the ruler of Capricorn is really asking us now to become serious about who we are, about our gifts, about our legacy, about what we agreed to do on planet Earth. And to do it in a way of unconditional love for ourselves, first of all. Of unconditional love for the circumstances that we find ourselves in. And yet with determination to be willing to take the steps that we need to take, to make the decisions that we need to make, so that we can show up in a bigger way that is really fully aligned with those cosmic DNA that is now being activated in us. This is the time of the cosmic turning. And we are in it. Everyone is in it on planet Earth, whether they want to be or not. That the cycles are turning. That we are being asked now to show up in a greater way. And this week on the 24th, Venus squares Neptune, and they are both the benefic planets, the planets that bring us blessings. Venus is about the human love, and Neptune is the compassion for the collective. So we are in that point of tension between service to ourselves and the ability to love ourselves first, and service to others and compassion for the collective. So I just feel at this time, Christmas is always destined to be a time of giving. But what is that giving really about? It's really not about the presents. It's about the presence, being present, embodying your own I am presence, being fully with those that you love within your family. It's not about buying more and more presents. Today we were on a call with Vishen from Mind Valley, and he's just giving us these beautiful teachings. But today he actually said, I was out shopping with my kids today, and we were buying all of these presents. And finally they just said, stop, Dad. Stop buying all this stuff. We love our family, but we're tired, and we don't want to buy any more presents. And I thought that was really interesting because, he's a millionaire. He's made millions and millions with his company, and he's done it through his own striving, through his own blood, sweat, and tears. But the moment, for me is like, when is enough enough? When is enough enough in the physical realm? When do you have enough? That it's not about buying more and more and more and bringing in more and more of the outer, but giving more and more and more for those who are less fortunate. So what I'm doing today with the money that comes in from this this sacred transmission is it's a fundraiser for my friend Maria, who really needs help. And it's not that we can save everybody in the world, but can we save one other person or one other family with some of the resources that we have? Can we make a difference for them? And so she is in Germany right now, and needs to get back to her family in Romania. She left the 2 little children behind. And so my heart is just saying, I want to make a difference for her family. I don't want those children to be by themselves without their mother and their big sister on Christmas. So, whatever it is that you are being called, or whoever you are being called to make a difference for in this time, there's no such thing as being too good in our service to others. Yeah. And so the Great Divine Director comes in today as a cosmic being, embodying a higher plane of consciousness than that of the Ascended Masters. And his flame is holding, he's a member of the Great Karmic Board. And he holds the flame of the blue will of God's will. He holds that office on the Karmic Board. And he is here to help us raise consciousness to the level that we can begin to really understand and grasp and embody the divine plan for our life, for this lifetime on planet Earth. And so he is a supreme mentor in helping us to come up higher. And it's said that he is related to Ganesha, and that in Hinduism, Ganesha represents wisdom and the blueprint of divine creation. And so as an ascended master, cosmic being, the great divine director holds that space as well. He says, I am known as the great divine director because I have merged my consciousness with the cosmic cycles of God's divine plan for untold universes of light. So he's holding that space for each of us to align with the highest divine alignment with our own and the fulfillment of our own divine plan. So let's see what his message is to us on this moment of the solstice, of the light returning in the Northern Hemisphere on this day in 2025, as we prepare truly for this new year of infinite potential, infinite possibilities, right? And I'm just going to share my screen for a minute. Hang on. I didn't really want to do that. Okay, let me turn off my video. Okay. So I have to say this is beyond my technological ability at this moment to share the screen. So I'm just going to ask that this great divine director put his presence over you. He's often seen with the causal body of the rainbow sphere behind him. So let's just go to our hearts now. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, as we invite in his presence and his teaching. I am the one you know as the great divine director. And I come to stand within your sacred circle. You may perceive me as the embodiment of the causal body, sphere upon sphere upon sphere of frequency, vibration, color, light, sound, images emanating from my presence. And as I stand within your sacred circle, you are all enveloped in those concentric spheres of my essence. Where it is all happening at once, a light show, sacred sounds, sacred geometry, movement. It's all happening now, in this now moment, with my presence with you. And each of you receive from my own causal body exactly what you need in this moment of your own soul's evolution. As my causal body is infinite and brings to you like Santa Claus presence of my presence with you. And so you get to pick and choose that which you would like to bring into your own life experience through the infinite possibilities and potentialities that I hold for each of you. As I look upon you and the embodiment that you wear within this physicality of this lifetime on planet Earth. I know the script of your divine plan. And what you agreed to bring as talents, as gifts, as skills into this lifetime. And I see that which you have brought into manifestation and that which still lies dormant within your sphere of potentiality. And I am here now, in this time, in this moment, and in this space, to activate those seeds within you, those light codes that have not yet been activated. That's their time has come. Your time has come for their activation, that you may truly know in greater measure who you really are as the cosmic being in human form, that you might truly know in greater measure your specific gifts that you bring, that you might truly begin to open to your multidimensionality. that your third eye and your crown and your inner knowing might expand exponentially, that you might see and hear and receive information in ways that you have not previously been able to receive it. For now is the time of graduation and integration, not only of the events of this year, but of all of the events of your lifetime. The synthesis of all of the spiritual initiations that you have received. And this is the time of the dormant activation of the dormant aspects of your DNA, your cosmic DNA, so that more and more you evolve into the superhuman divine being that you already are in other dimensions and time frames. And I activate now your ability to connect into the 12 aspects of your I am presence on 12 dimensions, that you might become familiar with who you are as a being, a sentient being, currently active in other dimensions, as a dolphin, as a whale, as a firefly, as an amethyst crystal, as a unicorn, as a mermaid, as a commander on a spaceship, as a tree, as an eagle, as a bird, whatever it is that you carry as aspects of your being. They are now ready for you to make their acquaintance, to remember truly the layers and layers and layers of beingness that you embody in so many other dimensions. And so I am here this day to activate that remembering in you. That as each one of these aspects of your being comes online, you have more resources at your disposal to fulfill your current life plan. And so I receive you, I leave you in the rainbow radiance of my own divinity, even as I activate your rainbow light body, the seamless garment of your own ascension. Receive it now. Receive this activation of your rainbow light body. And the full remembering of who you truly are. Thank you, thank you, thank you for receiving this transmission, for anchoring it in the heart of the earth, and for transmitting it out into the field. I love you. And I am with you. And I hold within my heart your full victory. It is ordained. Namaste. I see the cosmic being in you that I am and that you are. I take you with me in my heart, and I ask that you might take my words and this frequency and vibration with you in your heart. And to help you remember this moment, I place on each of you a pendant, a necklace which holds a replica of my causal body as a round sphere of multicolors. And it rests exactly at your heart. And in this moment, I activate it individually for each of you. Namaste, beloveds. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now slowly, slowly, taking the breath. Coming back into your body. Receiving such a beautiful transmission from the great divine director, Amazing grace is what I would call that. Amazing grace. Wow. So what he was referring to as the rainbow spheres of his causal body is that. So as he was transmitting, he was standing in the center of our circle in this geometric form. And we were being held within his cosmic consciousness, within all of the frequencies, vibrations, colors, sounds, sacred geometries emitting from his own I am presence as a cosmic being. So this is pretty huge and pretty special, actually. And so what he gave us as the necklace was, it's sort of like a jawbreaker, right? On a necklace, a sphere that's made of all of these colors, the frequencies and vibrations that he carries within his own causal body. So that was amazing. So as you were in Europe and preparing to go to bed, those of who were on the call, I suggest that you remain in silence as much as you can, that you really hold this frequency and this vibration, and that when you go to bed, that you can ask that he can continue to hold you within that frequency vibration and take you to his retreat, his etheric retreat, and that whatever requests that you have for him to assist you in the fulfillment of your divine plan, that you might put forward those requests to him. And obviously, offer your gratitude for that which has already been given. Yeah, all I can say is it's amazing grace, like for him to come and to give each of us this blessing and to anchor his presence in the earth. It's really quite big.